I was, well, I tuned this thing. I was the son of a missionary parents. My parents were in India starting in 1949, and they lived there till 1966, actually. And had 7 of their 8 kids over there, and I was one of those. So each Sunday we'd go to church, of course, and my father would be preaching. And I had a huge dose of church music from very, very young, and that was what I knew, and I loved it. From the great hymn we sung. And my father used to also love classical music, and I felt the connection with music early, because when he plays classical music, I'd walk through the room and I'd just get tears in my eyes. You know, it was like that kind of visceral connection. One day, my parents walked in with a phone. I'm dating myself now, I know. But they walked in with a 45 RPM plug-in phonograph. I don't think it had Barbies on it or anything, but it was like, you know, you plug it in, play a little black 45, and last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even tried, girl. Come on, come on. Came over the speakers, and I was like, wow. My life was changed forever. I decided that I was going to do something with music and didn't quite know which direction it was going to go. And I came to the States, and you know, I was brought up in the church, and Jesus has been a part of my life ever since I can remember. But when my mother asked me why I didn't write hymns, I was like, Mom, hymns aren't cool. Jimi Hendrix is cool. And that's how I was thinking at 14 years old, and I had a lot of good points, I'm sure. But as I moved ahead in my life and got involved in groups, I got signed at one point after our group wrote a bunch of songs, and matured a little bit. I got signed to Warner Brothers Records, and we actually had a number 8 single on the charts, and life was just like, oh my God, we might actually be there, you know. And before you know it, the plane crashed and burned. There were about 250 acts on Warner Brothers, and we were just one of those. And they decided not to promote the album, and just kind of sat there and dwindled. But it taught me amazing lessons about perseverance, and it made me ask some questions about my life too, and what I was doing. And one of them I'll pass on to you right now, and that was what you do. While we need to make money doing it, this should not depend on whether things are going well or good in your life right then. If you lose your job, if you lose this or that, your calling, and I believe each and every one of you out there is a child of God, called for a certain reason here. But your calling has to exist above and beyond the pay that you get for doing it. I think that's the strongest reason you'll ever have for being happy in what it is that you do. Whether it is staying at home and raising a family, that's a lot harder job than I've got right now. Or if it's traveling with Jimmy Buffett, or working oil fields, or whatever it is, you know, your calling, when it's blessed with your love and affection for what you do and with your commitment to it, exists as a blessing for your whole life, and is just also, importantly so, just something you do. It's not, I'm sure I love to step away from the guitar once in a while, but when I do, I get sick after a while. It's a wonderful thing when that calling is just a part of you. So we stuck with it, and it forced us into writing different music, and the fact that we were released from Warner Brothers made me write some different music, and lo and behold, I started having a family. So I went to church one Sunday, and my pastor said, hey, we need a song for this coming weekend. Can you write a song for the service? And I was like, well, I don't know about that. I don't really write hymns. He goes, hey, would you give it a try? We need something. So this song came out, and it happened to be a Christmas song. I got deathly ill before the end of the week. Was flat on my back. Couldn't sing a lick. And I finally forced myself to get up on Saturday. and kind of asked myself the question, what can I say about Christmas? And all I could do was kind of cough and spit and sputter a little bit. And so I said, we're called to sing joy. And this just dropped out of the sky. Joy, joy, joy in the morning. Sing joy, joy in the afternoon. Sing joy, joy, joy for the child is born this night. The promise is given to you. These days of winter have come to bury. No sign of spring and no promise to carry. No flowers blooming in your windowsill, and the beat of your heart is too still. And the beat of your heart is too still. Oh, sing joy, joy, joy in the morning. Sing joy, joy in the afternoon. Sing joy, joy, joy for the child is born this night. The promise is given to you. So that was the first hymn I wrote. My mom happened to come to the service and she said, "So you're writing hymns, I see."